500 Alfa Romeo 4Cs, the company's newest sports car, are heading to the U.S. as we speak. And what's the advance word? Well, WSJ Rumble Seat columnist Dan Neal went all the way to Turin, Italy, poor guy, to give it a test run before it hits our shores. Hi, Dan. Thanks for all that intrepid reporting.
I just want everyone to be safe, and I want to make sure if anything bad happens, it happens to me first.
That's right. All right. So, Dan, is the Alfa Romeo hoping to make a big comeback here in the U.S. after 2 decades?
Alfa Romeo wants to be the Italian Audi, and they have just unveiled these incredibly ambitious, even megalomaniacal plans to raise their sales by over 5 times in 5 years with 8 new products and a whole new rear drive platform and the whole smash. And none of it has anything at all to do with the 4C that I drove. But yes, in answer to your question, they've got a very ambitious agenda.
So this 4C is a limited edition. How many did they make? They're all made by hand. Is that right?
Yeah, they're going to make about 1,200, about 2,400 a year, 1,200 for the U.S. And the rest for the rest of the world. And it is an extremely complicated and complex, advanced way to build a car. It involves building a carbon fiber monocoque, like a McLaren, for example. And but this thing sells for $70,000. One of the things that's just irresistible about this car is that it's a mid-engine carbon fiber Italian exotic with all the attitude in the world, known to cause spontaneous nudity on the street. And you can get one for $70,000, which is roughly 6 figures less than the next option.
I was going to say it's a veritable bargain. Tell us about the car itself. It's considerably lighter than most sports cars, correct? How does that factor into the driving experience?
Yeah, lightness is everything about the driving feel. One thing about it is that it has non-power assisted steering, right? Now, in a heavier car with steering loads gathering up as you turn the wheel, you really can't ask civilians to drive like that. But this car is light enough that, you can have non-assisted steering, so it feels like a go-kart, an extremely awesome go-kart, but a go-kart nonetheless.
And what about the looks? It certainly is a good-looking car.
Oh my God, it's phenomenal. Again, Centro Stile and Alfa Romeo. Boy, these people have this is just impeccable taste. This thing is complete from bumper to bumper. It's just a wonderfully sculptural, very functional, aerodynamic, bandy proportions. It's irresistible. Honestly, people just love it.
Whoa, we're going to try to keep our clothes on here, Dan, but
don't try too hard. Listen,
but you say, despite all the bliss-inducing details, that this car is not perfect. What's lacking?
Well, I mean, again, the disconnect between the bigger business plan and the 4C, which is the Halo car, is, leaves me wondering. It could certainly, because the chassis is so flippin' tuned, it could use more horsepower. And one thing that is missing, 2 things: limited slip differential, more horsepower, get a little more, force out of the corners. But honestly, this thing, if you can buy it, it has this sort of bookkeeping fatalism that I love about Italian cars generally. Buy it. They're losing a fortune on it. Feel like you've got a bargain.
So is there already a waiting list? You say buy it, but can the average Joe buy one of these?
A lot depends on where average Joe lives. This is a very bi-coastal car, and so Florida, California, New York. But I'm sure that they're queuing up now. So, yeah. As I say, don't hesitate, because, who knows when the next meteor is going to hit Turin.
All right, we're going to get right on it. Danielle, thank you so much for that.